Welcome back to Puke Rally,
a college girl's guide to
Romanticizing Your Life.
I'm Sam.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Reagan.
And today we're talking about all how you can romanticize your life, how we've romanticized our college life, because sometimes it's just not the prettiest, but there's still goodness to be found in it. So we're going to start off by talking about our Puke and Rallies of the week. If this is your first episode here, a Puke and Rally is basically when you're down bad, you're in the trenches, something bad happens to you, and you have to rally from it. You have to make the most of it. You need to, if you will, romanticize the situation in order to learn something from it and grow from it. That's the whole basis of our podcast and what we talk about here. So if you want to listen and follow along, subscribe, and we're happy to have you here.
Yay!
Who wants to go first?
Do you have anything on top of your head?
I'm going to tell my ID story. I lost my ID this weekend.
Okay, you go first.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, well, basically, this whole week, guys, I have been so excited to go out. So fucking excited to go out. And it's one of those things where, you know when you get your brain set on going out? And
yes.
You're like, I need to go out. I need to do it.
Yes.
That was me. And so this whole week, I'm like, Thursday night. Like, I don't go out on Thursdays a lot, but anymore. Last year, I went out every single Thursday.
You had to.
This year, slowed down. So I was like, Thursday night, it's happening. So excited to go Riz, hang out. Like, oh my God. Reagan and I decide we're going to host this giant pregame. We invite literally like 18, 20 people.
We invited a lot of people.
2 people were able to come. 2 people. So we're at this giant pregame of 2 people. And
who's the 2 that came?
It was just Drew, actually. It was just us and Drew.
Okay.
It was just Drew, and then we were going to meet up with Grace.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so really there was only one person at this pregame that was supposed to be 20 people. So first puke of the night, you could say, but we rallied from it. It's fine. They were all busy. They had valid reasons, other than the ones who just didn't want to go out, which, like,
True.
Lame, but real.
Nice.
I get it. Anyway, next. We're about to leave. We are already drunk. We have pre-gamed. I have it in my head. Drinking. I'm seeing people at Lion. Like, there were people who I wanted to see and talk to at the bar Lion. That's, like, the bar that we were going to go to. And to get in at U of I, it's 19 to get in and 21 to drink. So you can go to the bars at 19. So I have my real ID, right? If you use a fake ID, like, you cannot use a fake ID here. It's not a thing. This is just, like, me adding context to the story of why this was so miserable. So I decide that I'm going to take the cards out of my wallet that I don't need. Like, I'm going to take out, like, my debit card. I'm just going to have my credit card, my ID, and, like, then that's it, just so I don't have more to lose. Well, I take out everything, and I realize that my ID is not in there. And I start freaking the fuck out because I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Like, I check my backpack, I check my room, I check my purses. It's not in there. Like, my ID is nowhere to be found. And I'm freaking the fuck out. And not even that I'm freaking out. I'm just like, I'm so angry because I wanted to go out so bad. And, like, I just literally, if I don't have my ID, you can't.
Yeah.
You cannot.
And we had already been, like drinking, like, ready to go.
We
like,
were literally going to walk out the door. Like, we were literally walking out the door. I grab my keys. I take the cards out of it right before we leave. Yeah. And I realize I don't have an ID. Therefore, I cannot go out tonight. And it was devastating. And so I'm, like, fucking pouting. I am so angry. Yeah. And I feel so stupid pouting. Like, I was so mad and just, like, I was also just mad that I was so mad. Like, you know
yes. Like when you let something ruin your day, but you can't help it.
Exactly.
It has to ruin your day. Yes.
I was like, I don't want this to ruin my night, but how is it not going to ruin my night?
Yeah,
like, I don't understand.
Sit at home all alone.
I'm going to sit in my bed. Like, I was so fucking frustrated. And then I was frustrated that I was so frustrated because I'm like, Sam, it's literally not a big deal. Like, it's fine. But I was so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Real.
I decide to go in my room. This is after I call my family and I realized that I did leave it in my car at home. Don't ask me why I was in my fucking car at home, but it was at my car an hour and a half away. So it's getting shipped to me right now, so it's fine. Anyway, I decided to go in my room and I'm like, I need to just take a minute because I was literally crying and I was so angry. So I'm like, let me go in my room. I'm going to take a chill pill and I'm going to meditate for like 5-10 minutes. I look up a little like mood stabilizing meditation because literally, I'm like, I don't even know what else to do at this point other than just, like, try to breathe it out because it's fucking dumb. So a little, like, mood management skill for you to add to your toolbox is try to meditate because it helped a lot. So I do that, look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you know what? This is good practice probably because I'm going to have a lot of FOMO like this in nights where all of my friends are going out and I'm halfway across the country in, like, 2 months. So, like, it's, like, literally fine. Like, get used to it, whatever. So I do, and I'm, like, feeling better. I go back out to the room, and I'm like, you guys can go out, like, all whatever. I actually don't even say that. I just open my phone. Go to my DM, and here's where we start to rally. Sorry, this story's so long. My puke and rallies are always so long because so much happens. I want to just tell you everything. I open my Instagram DMs. I go to my requests because I see there's like a request in there. So I click it, and it's from this place called XBAR 217. So it's an axe throwing bar in Champaign. And if you are listening in Champaign, go check out fucking XBAR. It was so fun.
It was so...
So wait, we're spoiling the story. I'm spoiling the story.
Cut that out.
No. I like the spoiler. But if you can tell what happened next, they ended up sending me a DM, and they were like, hey, we'd love for you to come axe throwing and just post a TikTok about your experience. Like, we're happy to, like, give you food, drinks, whatever. We're happy to give you food, whatever. Like, just come out and invite 4 of your friends to come with you. And I was like, holy shit. Like, there's no way. Like, this, what are the odds of this happening, like, the day that I lose my ID when all of our plans have fallen through?
Yeah.
So I respond back. I'm like, hey, I know this is so last minute, but, like, would we be able to come tonight? Like, our plans just fell through. And they responded like absolute angels, and they were like, absolutely. So we had our friends come pick us up who had not been drinking, and we all go to the axe bar. And it was so much freaking fun. Like, we were just throwing axes. It was such a good time to just, like, get your anger out. And then they were bringing us the most amazing food. Everyone that worked there was incredible. It was such a good time. And I just felt so blessed to, like, whoa, like, the night was going to be so bad. And, like, I was sulking. And then I don't know if there was some spiritual thing there when, like, I meditated. And then it was like, okay, here's this opportunity. I don't know. I can't say that. But it was just a crazy coincidence nonetheless. And that was my rally of the week. It was a beautiful experience.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
It was so awesome.
Roll Axe Bar Champagne. It was so fun.
Yeah,
Roll.
seriously.
Yeah. And that one's also 19 to get in, 21 to drink, they told us. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like an actual bar?
Yeah, but it's like mostly axe throwing. They just have like a bar there, and you can order food too.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but
I've
you
been
have to
with
be
my
19
parents.
to throw the axes?
I don't know. They
don't
said at
know.
least on like Saturday nights. They were telling us about how they have different parties. Like they'll do like a Latin night, a karaoke night, Halloween party, stuff like that.
Guys,
And then-
karaoke?
yeah, in
Guys,
Nashville,
we
we
have
said.
to go.
we should.
I know.
And throw axes and do karaoke.
Guys, you know karaoke, like, I don't know if you know, but, like, I need to do it.
We should do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it for sure.
Okay, let's do it. We'll go back.
Yeah, we'll go
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
I need to follow them on Instagram.
Follow him, babe.
So that I
At
know what's
XBAR.
going on.
Yeah.
XBAR.
It's at XBAR 217. Love.
Okay.
I love it. It's so fun.
Sponsorship.
Okay.
Can they
Right?
sponsor us this
Well, they already
episode?
did. Like, this episode.
Yeah, sponsor this. Thank you to our sponsors.
XBAR 217. What if we start doing like fake sponsorships so that the real ones like come in? Like, thank you to Grammarly.
Thank you so much. Oh, what's the one with the food?
On this episode, we want to thank Athletic Greens.
BetterHelp, where you can get online therapy. No, what's it called? HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.
I love HelloFresh. It
With
makes
our
eating
code,
in
you
my
can have
apartment
HelloFresh.
so much easier.
Use code at Puke and Rally.
I love it. We gotta get down our like ad reading voices.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? They're
You know,
always like
Bailey
halfway
Sarian.
sarcastic.
They're always halfway sarcastic. I love that.
Check out HelloFresh for amazing food in college. I don't understand the halfway sarcastic ad reads. Like, low-key, it's like, just read the fucking ad. Like, I don't know.
I know.
It,
It
like,
always
kinda
makes me laugh, though.
It's funny.
I kind of like when it's like more like funny sarcasm,
Yeah.
not like
Yes.
annoyed sarcasm.
Okay, yeah, that's what
you're getting paid.
Exactly. That's
Like-
the vibe I get sometimes, like annoyed sarcasm. It's like, why'd you take the ad? You
Yeah.
don't like the company.
Yeah.
Like, I
Then,
don't get
like,
it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
This is your channel.
And
Don't
like,
do that.
I feel like the company wouldn't be like, they'd be like, okay, like,
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not
won't do that
sponsoring
again.
you anymore.
Right. Like, I think it's funny when people like joke at it and you do like kind of like self-aware more of
Yes.
this is an ad, but I don't like literally some podcasts are just like they seem so uninterested in their ads, and I don't know, I don't fuck with that.
Just get like an automated ad at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
I like automated ads. Those are cute.
I like though that like you don't have to listen to ads. You can skip through them.
Oh, for sure.
I always
like
skip
because
them.
that's such a nice thing that it's not like no,
Literally.
you have to listen to this ad.
Yeah.
Nope. I look at the timestamps and I skip right
right.
to when it's done.
Yeah, basically.
Katie,
But that's
you want
also
to go
because
for
I
a peek
always
around?
watch it on YouTube. So
Oh.
the little
yeah,
clips.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
Caitlin, you go ahead.
Okay, so while Sammy was telling her story, I was trying to rack my brain for like puke and rally, and like mostly I feel like I don't have a puke. Like I feel like
okay.
What a rally of a week.
like I feel
Yeah.
like like obviously my life's not like perfect. It's not like but like in this moment, I can't think of anything since we last recorded where I'm like, damn, like that really sucked.
Like, that was
Whoa.
tough.
You know,
Good.
like,
that's
Good.
awesome.
other than,
Yeah.
like, of course, like, the overall feeling of life, like, being hard, like, of
Just,
course.
Like, the existential dread.
Yeah,
that I
other
face
than,
every
like,
single day.
existential dread, like, there's, like, no, like, puke, really?
I'm
But,
so
like,
glad to hear it. Yeah.
Just, like, besides the curse of knowing, like...
literally.
all right.
But, I'd say, like, my rally has been, like, doing so much fun stuff lately. Like, me and Sammy and our friend Reese went to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour
Oh my god, it
movie,
was so fucking
which
good.
that was
Good.
so fun. Like, literally so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I feel like this was an action-packed weekend. Like, then,
It was.
then we went
did
out.
so much.
Like,
Ugh,
and
my FOMO was
Friday
so
night
real.
Yeah.
was so fun. Like, for some reason, like, we were like, we are going out. And then
We are.
Sammy did rage a little bit at the end of the night.
I was raging. I had some goals that were not
Yeah.
accomplished, which is completely
But
fine because
you know
can't
what?
make it a night
Like,
around goals.
I was not ready for my night on Friday night to end. Like, I was having so much fun.
I think.
Oh
so,
my god,
me
one
neither.
puke, the DJ.
That's
It was
wait,
horrible.
Make
That
a
was
puke
okay.
rally.
Guys, I'm
My
changing.
god,
My
I'm so
puke-
sorry if
It
go
was
ahead.
horrible.
It was so bad. I'm raging now.
Wait,
No,
I'm
I'm
excited
raging.
to hear about this.
I'm
No,
fucking
the
raging.
DJ at Line, like me, Sammy, and Reese, like we are ready to go out, like listening to Taylor Swift all night, ready to go out,
Yeah.
dance it up. Like I was
You guys
hyper
are, like,
all day.
hype.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I was just hyper the whole entire day Friday. We get to Lion, horrible DJ. Like
Yeah.
literally, like at first, like I know they were playing like songs like Alex likes, so like you know
Right.
she likes them.
Okay,
They
so
were
here-
good songs.
Yes, like he started off playing Fred Again, and it was lit.
Okay,
like
awesome.
it was really good, and it's like a lot of people in the bar weren't really vibing to that because it's like Fred Again's kind of like more deep house cut music, whatever.
Yeah.
But like also it's Fred Again, and
But,
like it's
like,
just
how
a
do you-
party song.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
so it's like
from
okay, that's
there,
fine.
He transitioned to. I don't think anyone knew any of the songs.
No,
Really?
and
He
then
did.
like
Wait, I will say it was really good. He started playing some oldies
yes,
that I appreciated.
No,
that was
yeah.
really fun. But it was like oldies and then a song that no one has ever heard.
what type of music?
he played Come On Eileen.
Yeah.
But he played that and then did a horrible transition to a different song that nobody knew.
Yeah,
And
I
like
don't know. It
I was
wasn't
just like
good.
ready to dance my little heart out and I just couldn't. Like
I
I did dance still.
Yeah, but it's not
But,
the
like,
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like we also weren't getting served. So like I guess I have some pukes, but it's not like a huge story of pukes. And
That
then
whole night, the like experience at Lion was low key a giant puke, but like we rallied and like made
yeah,
it fun.
the DJ did suck, but it was still like a really fun night.
And I will say, if you're listening to this, you can get better. I just would say do more crowd pleasers.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I don't hate you. It was just I was disappointed in the music choice for the night, but there's room for improvement.
You
there.
know-
and I don't want to discourage
Yeah.
your hobbies. I'm so proud of you for learning how to DJ.
That's so kind.
Yeah.
You know, a wise friend once told me that in order to be a good DJ, you gotta play the songs that people want to hear.
That's
Yes,
literally what it is.
you have to be a crowd pleaser. It's so
Isaac,
hilarious.
Isaac mansplaining DJing to me on the way back.
You're like, I get it.
He's like, no, he knew. Like, it was just a big bit we were
What-
doing.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
sticks with me is that I remember Taylor Swift in her Miss Americana documentary. She said something that has always stuck with me is I think it was Elton John maybe told her this, and she said set lists are for the fans. They're not for what you
Yes.
want to play. It's what people want to hear.
That's true.
Yes.
Same thing goes for DJing.
Same thing goes
What do
for
the people wanna
DJing.
hear?
The people want to hear music.
Once it hits 3
I don't know.
a.m., that's where you can hit in the what no
What
one
you
knows,
wanna
what
play.
you want to play because
Yeah.
everyone's so drunk and the vibes are already.
At that point,
People-
nobody cares anymore.
People want to sing lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's normalize
Let's
that.
Let's
sing and
normalize
dance,
it.
right?
Normalize singing lyrics.
Like, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, but then also Saturday, me and Sammy met our friends Alex and Haley, my roommates, at a pumpkin patch, which was so fun.
I forgot we
with
did
the
that.
vibes.
We did
Yeah,
so
we did
much
so
this
much.
weekend.
And then
literally
yesterday,
forgot we
it's
did
Monday.
that.
Yesterday on Sunday, we carved pumpkins. So that is so fun. And
We
those are
did
all my
hella
rallies.
this
I know,
weekend.
it was so fun.
Yeah, this was a great weekend.
It was so fun.
Oh my god.
Okay, Reagan, your turn.
Reggie, you can rally.
Okay. So, this weekend, I was not here. I went to Mizzou to visit one of my friends, Hunter.
Which is University of Missouri. if
Yeah,
you're not-
yeah, University of Missouri. I went down there and, like, I've been friends with him since, like, probably like 6 years old, like teeny weeny.
Yeah.
We've been best friends forever. And he's in a frat down there, so I was just staying in his frat house with him. I slept on the futon, like, did the whole thing.
Yep.
And my puke was just that, like, I could not chill the hell out.
Yeah.
I could not chill out the whole weekend. Like, I was trying so hard to just, like, relax and, like, just be in the moment and, like, having a good time. But, like, literally everything was so overstimulating. And it was just, like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know anyone. Like, I thought that it would be, like, way more chill. And, like, it was just not chill. Like, it was... All the bars were, like, super clubby, which, like, is totally fine. That's just not what I do at all here. And I was just, like, I just want to, like, talk to Hunter. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, go to this basement and, like, rage. Like, I kind of just want to, like, talk to Hunter.
Right.
So, I was just stressed the whole weekend. But, like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't like it was bad. Like, I still obviously had an awesome time. And, like, I got to meet so many cool people and hang out with Hunter all weekend, which was awesome. But I was just like, oh my God, I need like a Xanax. Like, I just need to like breathe for a second.
Right.
So it was fine. It was good. I had a really good time.
Good.
And then my rally from that whole experience was, I think, like kind of how I bounced back from just like feeling terrible was like, well, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere else. Like, I'm going to be here the whole time. Like, I need to just figure out what I can do to have a good time and to take a chill pill. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like, how can I just relax? So I was like, okay, I'm not having a great time, like, downstairs in the basement. Hunter, why don't we go upstairs?
Yeah.
So then we just went upstairs and sat outside and, like, hung out together. And then I was like, okay, like, do you want to go back down? Like, we just, like, went upstairs, chilled for, like, 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, like, let's go back downstairs. And then we, like, went back down, met up with his friends. Like, they were all there. Started talking to the girls. Like, it made me feel so much better. I was like, okay, I'm really overwhelmed. I need to do something.
Yeah. Also, for the viewers, this is, like, literally the most unromantic relationship ever. Like,
it is.
I feel like they might be like, ooh, she went to go visit a boy.
No.
It's not like that.
No. It is not like that at all. Like, when I say best friends, I literally mean best friends. Like,
exactly.
If something were to happen, it would have happened by now. We're on,
like, literally, we're like 10 years in.
I know. I'm like, we're past the 10-year
there's
mark.
no feelings.
Like, I've never had a crush on him. I don't think he's maybe in, like, the 3rd grade.
Right.
like,
it's just literally not like that.
We're
Simply
the same
not,
person. Like, when I love Hunter. Literally, we are the same person. Like, we're both tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. We have the same birthday. It's like we celebrate every single birthday together.
Wait, you have the same
yin and
birthday?
yang.
Yes.
He's like the full yin and yang of you. Because we're yin and yang, but, like, I'm girl, too.
Yes. Like,
He's
we literally, we, like, would be talking. We, like, say something at the same time.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, oh. And he's like, drink. And I'm like, God, you just read my mind. Like, he literally, like, always knows what I'm thinking. We're always down for, like, the same things. Like, we are literally just the same person.
You are.
And we were like trying to explain that to everybody. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, if I was a man, I would be Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, if Hunter was a girl, he would be me. Like,
I think you would play people way more than he plays people.
I would. if I looked like him, I would be
a way bigger
I'd be
fuckboy.
terrible. I'd be terrible.
He's like respectful. Like, this guy's a good dude.
He's so awesome. Oh my God,
I
he's so
dated
awesome.
him, guys. For about 30 minutes my sophomore year of high school.
I always love those 30-minute relationships.
That's so
Those are always
funny.
nice.
Yeah, and, like, he dated my, like, best friend in high school. Like, literally one of my girl best friends. Like, they dated for over a year. And it was, oh, God, that was awesome. I just got to hang out with him whenever I wanted. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So I actually had a great time with that. And then...
Hunter's gonna watch this and be like, thanks, guys.
I know. I'm like, love Hunter.
We love Hunter.
But, yeah, so I just, like, had to find a way to, like, romanticize the situation and be like, this is how I'm gonna make it better. And, like, I'm, like, at first I was like, I'm sleeping in a frat house full of a bunch of strangers. But then I was like, wait.
I'm sleeping in a
house.
with a bunch of
With a bunch of
strangers.
strangers. Like, I can kind of do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I did. Like, I was like, Hunter, can I be pledge master for the weekend?
Oh my God, were you? Did you do anything? Can you tell on the podcast what you did?
I didn't do anything crazy.
You should have.
I was just like, tie my shoe.
Oh, okay.
So they like tie my shoes
That's
for me.
nice.
And then I was like, I need you to go get me a beer.
Yeah.
Because Hunter's room was on the 3rd floor and we're sitting downstairs. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, I'm not going upstairs. So I was like, go get me a beer.
Yeah.
So then I asked politely. And I said, you can get yourself one too.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know, I was so nice. And
Yeah.
then, so then they went and got me beers. And then, what else? Oh, we did wake one of them up like 3 times in the middle of the night.
Why?
Fair enough.
Okay, the first time I don't remember because we just walked in there, woke this poor kid up, sat down, talked for like maybe 5 minutes, but then we went back a second time, like an hour later, and woke him up again to take a beer from him.
Brutal. Okay.
We like saw him in the morning and he was like, I'm tired. I was like, I'm sorry. It wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, he's fine.
But yeah, so that was pretty fun. So yeah, basically I just had to romanticize the shit out of everything that we were doing and just be like, this is so awesome that I'm at a school I've never been to before. I don't know anyone here. Let me flip the narrative a little bit of, okay, I don't know anyone here. And this is not a scene that I'm used to. Hey, I don't know anyone here, and this is not a scene I'm used to.
Yeah.
Like, let me
It's
embrace it.
all about
you know?
tone of voice.
Yes.
That dialect. Yeah.
I hope that you understand.
Yeah. That makes complete sense.
Yeah. Romanticizing has been such a big thing in my life. Like, always, but, like, especially since, like, we talked about sophomore slump. It's, like, at the forefront of my mind. Like,
I agree with
this
that.
morning when I was walking to work, I'm like, I'm walking to work. And then I'm like, I'm walking to work.
I'm walking from my university to my job that I'm only going to have for the next 3 years. And I'm going to miss it so much. And it's going to be a time in my life.
Exactly. Everything is just a time in your life.
That, I think, is the key. It's like, for me, romanticizing things. And now we're going to get into how we romanticize our lives and what it means for each of us. But I've noticed the most, like, I'm going to use the example of my hometown. And Greg and I are from the same hometown. And Caitlin's hometown is very similar to ours. We're all from very rural towns. Reagan and I's town has 4,000 people. There's 200 people in our graduating class. Caitlin.
My town, like, the town I live in has 400 people.
Okay.
And my graduating
So
class
similar.
had, like, 94 kids.
Yeah,
But
so-
I went to, like, a high school with, like, 4 other towns for context.
So hers is way smaller, but they're still very rural.
Yeah.
And, like, growing up there, it all felt very suffocating. Like, I hated it. But now, every time I go back, I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute here. Like, I love it. This is so cute. And there's so much community and, like, football in the streets. And we have downtown.
I don't have to be here forever.
That's
Yeah.
it. That is it. As soon as I was freed from the chains of, I have to live here my entire life,
Yes.
I was like, this is awesome. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
So I think that's, like, with romanticizing my life. Like, even at the gym this morning, like, I was putting the weights on my rack, and I was like, this is my sophomore year gym. Like, this is where I would go to the gym. Like, this is where I went every day sophomore year. Like, wow. If I ever step foot in here again, it's going to be like, holy shit, like, I'm transported back to sophomore year. And that's what I'm living in right now. Does that make sense?
No, yes,
What I'm
it
trying to
does. Like,
articulate?
yes, it's like making a moment out of
Yes.
like,
And
whatever.
thinking about, like, you from the future being like, I would appreciate this out of this moment. So let me just appreciate it now and realize it now.
Yeah, I feel that, like, with, like, Ike and stuff. Like,
Yes.
that was our
Literally.
dining hall. Yeah, that's our
Last year.
dining hall. I went there once. Like, we were walking through. And I was like, oh, my God, this is so freshman year.
Right.
Like,
No,
I wish
yeah.
I would have appreciated it in the moment. So now I'm trying to, like, transfer that to right now.
Exactly.
Oh, my God, I love this apartment. This is so sophomore year.
Yes.
Like, oh, my God, I love my little walk to class. Like,
Yep.
I'm going to miss this next year.
Yeah.
Like, let me just soak it all in as much
Yeah.
as I can.
Yeah.
You know?
There was a moment when I was walking home yesterday, and I get to the back of our apartment building, and I just look at it, and it was literally like, this is my sophomore year apartment. Like,
Yes.
this defines this period of my life. This is where I live. This is where I go to every day. And I fucking love it. And I was walking with Noah. Noah's our guy roommate. And I was like, I love our apartment. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no, but I love it. Like, it looks so beautiful. Like, this is such a time. Like, I love it. I'm so grateful to live here. I feel so safe and, like, excited about where we live. And it's beautiful. And, like, I'm just so appreciative. But obviously I didn't say any of that out loud.
You're like, all right.
I love our apartment.
No, seriously. Like, I never thought I'd miss Ike so much.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, yeah.
Just, like,
That's crazy.
I think, like, one of the craziest differences, like, about freshman year and sophomore year is, like, I feel like I don't see anyone anymore. Because, like,
so
with
fair.
Ike, like, I would sit there for hours, like, watching people come and go, like, my friends, like, who would sit in the chair next?
Yeah.
Like, who would come to the
There was
Ike and
always
sit
people
next
we
to
would
me
know.
next?
Yeah.
Like, because you'd always just, like, go to the cafeteria and see one of your friends, so you sat down, and then, like, you left, and somebody else replaced you, like, and it was so fun, like...
Yeah. It's so social, and, like, now that we're
social.
getting older, it's nothing is as social as what a freshman year dorm is.
Oh my God.
Like,
it's amazing.
Well, your dorm in the dining hall, there's nothing really.
Except for
Quite
Wasaja
similar.
was so not social. So.
Yeah,
well, the
true.
actual dorm wasn't,
Yeah,
but, like, the
but, like,
community.
The community of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's kind of sad, but
It's kind of sad. But taking those
we're
experiences...
romanticizing.
Yes.
And just realizing, like, we are going to feel... Because I think what's been the strongest for me, and, like, I think I already kind of said this, but I'll say it in another way if it didn't resonate with any of you, is that we feel so strongly now, like, what you feel now, the nostalgia for whatever you had, realize that you are going to feel that way about whatever it is that you're going through right now, even if it's hard. Like, think back to COVID, where it's like, and I'm not saying that this applies to every hard experience that you're going through, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But, like, thinking back to COVID, where it's like, this sucks so freaking bad. And now I see TikToks every other day of people being like, low-key, I miss it. Like, I miss the being on Zoom and being in our class and being by ourselves and having so much free time. And it's like, you know what? In that moment, yes, there was so many other things that sucked even more about them. But our bodies are literally trained not to remember pain.
Yeah, you block it out.
And
yeah.
so realizing that, like, whenever you're in situations, you're gonna... I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay.
Is anyone able to pick it up for me? Like, do you know what I was meaning to say?
So, like, whenever you're in a situation where, like, there's always going to be something that sucks. So if you can focus your energy on
what doesn't suck.
On what doesn't suck and just, like, write it down.
Yeah.
Like, because you are going to be focused on what's terrible. If things are really, really bad, like, you're going to be focused on that.
Yeah.
But, like, just putting your energy into seeing what is making you smile.
Yes.
If there's one thing in your day, just literally write it down. Like,
yeah.
No, that
make
is
a mental
so
note.
true.
Like, just something.
Because so when me and my boyfriend broke up last semester, I, like, obviously that was hard and, like, a thing I was going through. Yeah. And I, like, all of a sudden became super, like, social. Like, after being, like, in my shell for a very long time. And that was, like, a hard adjustment. And I kept a gratitude journal, like, every day. I would write down, like, things that would make me, like, smile and, like, happy for the day. It probably lasted, like, a month. But, like, it was, like, yeah, it was, like, something that, like, then I could look back and be, like, I remember, like, I'd write things, like, had lunch with someone today, like, literally ate at the dining hall with whoever, like, and that just, like, was a very, like, sweet thing. So I definitely agree with that, like, just, like, because it was a hard time and you just, like, have to focus on, like, the good things.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
which is, like, easier to do, like, at the end of the day, honestly, when you're, like, looking back, like, what good thing did happen today?
Yeah, that's, like, another thing that I've been seeing everywhere is, like, thug it out. Like, you just gotta thug it out. Like, if shit is, like, sucks right now,
Oh, you just gotta get through.
you just gotta thug it out. Like, you just gotta push through. And I take that as, all right, this sucks. I'm gonna thug it out. What can I be happy about? Like, what is, like, just one thing that I know I'm looking forward to. I know I'm looking forward to being able to eat. Like, just having, like, my good meal today. Like, oh, I'm going to go cook something for myself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm going to take a 20-minute shower.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, so just, like, romanticizing.
Yeah.
And, like,
something with me that I do, too, that I've started doing is appreciating the aesthetic of sadness as well. because it is kind of a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful emotion. And I'm saying this as someone who, like, I have very, like, happy levels. So it's, like, me saying this, if you're depressed, it might be like, okay, shut the fuck up.
I have things to talk about with that.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah. But for me, like, when I'm sad and I have these rough days, because we all have them, those days where you're just, like, upset. And I'll share this potent example of it. But I came home from the bars the other night, and I was fucking sobbing, and I was so upset.
Wait, were you actually sobbing?
I was.
After Friday night?
No, not after Friday night, after Saturday.
Wait, because you got
Low-key,
kicked out?
no,
Why?
actually both nights. Like, I don't know.
Man,
Sammy, did you wallow? Did you...
So I did. I wallowed.
Good.
I went to my bathroom, and I stared at myself in the mirror, I think for 15 minutes. And I was crying. I was just crying the entire time, and I was looking at myself being sad. But guys, the most beautiful thing was happening. My mascara was running.
Oh my God.
That's wonderful.
Oh my God.
That's
It
wonderful.
was beautiful. So then I whip out my phone, and I start taking photos of me crying like a fucking
You fucking weirdo.
influencer. But I zoom it. I'm telling you, they're the most aesthetic fucking photos. Like, they're actually so good. And anyway, it just, like, every emotion has an aesthetic, and, like, you can appreciate the beautiful parts of it. That's my experience with that.
Yeah. So whenever I think about, like, trying to romanticize or, like, appreciating the aesthetic of, like, being sad, it always kind of freaks me out because, like, I was so sad for so long. And I watched a video essay. Oh my God, I can't remember who it's by. I love this girl, though. I love this girl. If you guys want to watch video essays,
okay.
I'll find it.
We can find it. Will you find it, and we can link it in the description?
Yes, I'll find it. I love her. Oh my God, I literally love her.
It'll be linked in the YouTube video description.
Yeah.
And the show notes if you're on Spotify.
Yes, and she, like, did a video about the aesthetic of, like, sadness. And it was, like, kind of a little dilemma of, like, well, should we do that? Or, like, no. Like... Because how moral is it to, like, sit there and be like, because you're doing this in a different way. This is kind of different. But she was talking about, like, sad music and, like, sad art and stuff like that, and, like, what that does to, like, your psyche if you're already sad. I was like, I don't know.
That's so true, because I am a wallower. Like, I appreciate the aesthetic of sadness in the way, like, I love to sit in my sadness and, like, listen to music and, like, feel sad. But, like, I think, like, I am, like, kind of more of, like, a sad person. Like, I have both. I genuinely have both. Yeah. But, like, I feel, like, heavy a lot.
Yeah.
And I like to, like, sit with that. And, like, sometimes it's easier to just, like, romanticize it. Like, that's one of the reasons I love fall. Like, fall makes me incredibly happy.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, a time where I can, like, sit with, like, the emotions that I feel. Which, like, some people can't balance that out. Like, for me, that's a balance that I have. Like, that's what fall and, like, spring mean to me. Like, it's a balance of both.
That, like, does that just, like, make you, like, feel better overall to, like, just sit with it?
To just, like, feel everything.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like that's, like, honestly, like, such, like, symbolism in itself, too, because fall and spring, like, they are just, like, transitional periods.
100%.
Like, and it's just, like, when you're feeling everything. I just, like, I do, like to romanticize it in that way.
Absolutely.
And life is never going to be all good. It's never going to be all bad. Like, you have to take the good, take the bad, and know that neither of them are forever, and they are both temporary feelings, because our feelings are temporary. And I mean, whatever works for you. It's such a personal thing to, like, experience and feel your emotions, and, like, I can't sit here and tell you need to feel your sadness to the fullest extent and listen to the sad music, or you need to do this or pretend you're happy. Like, you have to do that for yourself and decide. I will say, never pretend that you're happy. That was terrible advice. Do not do that. And I can tell you that.
But sometimes you do.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta put a smile on your face and get out the door.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
there you go.
And I feel like I'm the type of person, I don't wallow. Like, but also I think that's because I'm kind of scared to wallow. I'm scared to go back to how I felt. 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't wallow. I'm like, all right, this sucks. Cry 10 minutes. Pull it together. Like, go do something that's going to make me smile. Like, Because then I get all pissy, and then I'm like, my day is ruined, and then I let it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, how I get out of that is like, all right, I got to do something different.
And that's like the coping mechanism that you've learned over
Yes.
the years. Like when you were dealing with that, that's what helped you.
Yes,
and
exactly.
so now it's like that's how you can deal with those emotions is be like, okay, I'm giving myself these 10 minutes. And I think it's so important to, like, I know a lot of engineers do this. They'll like set timers. They'll be like, okay, you can cry for 10 minutes. Like that's like such a common thing. They're like, but if you seriously give yourself and you say, for this hour, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be nothing but sad.
Yes.
And it's like, you just have to give yourself that time. And even if there's a lock on it at the end of it, like you say, okay, after this, I am going to go do something that I like to do. I'm going to go get a coffee. I'm going to do a puzzle. I'm going to read a book. But for these 1 hour or for these 10 minutes, I'm going to feel this as deeply as I can. I think that is so healing and so human.
Yeah.
I also, like, feel like for me, like, romanticizing, I, like, a way that, like, I romanticize my life is, like, feel things in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's why it's, like, when I'm sad, I want to be sad. When I'm happy, I want to be happy. But that also, like, leads back to, like, I mentioned this before, I have a horrible memory. Like, I have literally a horrible memory that, like, something that upset me so bad 5 minutes ago, I could literally forget in the span of 5 minutes.
Over it.
Like, I have no recollection
Do you have
of things
Alzheimer's
of that.
in your family?
Yeah.
Me
well,
too.
not, like, really, but, like,
Okay.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I am scared.
I'm scared too.
I really
also
think
am.
that, like, I'm gonna have Alzheimer's. I'm gonna have, the thing, like, with your joints. I know I'm gonna have that. And, like, arthritis. And,
Oh,
like,
God.
my grandma has hearing aids, and, like, I feel like I'm gonna have that, too.
Well, that's why we romanticize now.
Yeah, now we...
So that's why we're going to romanticize.
Okay, I feel like we are talking...
we're getting way too deep into it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, we're getting way too sad. Let's talk about tangible ways that you can romanticize your life on a daily basis and what we've been doing to romanticize our life more.
Yes.
And, disclaimer, I'm really romanticizing this semester with Sammy.
Yes.
Oh, stop it, Caitlin.
Okay,
Why
okay,
did
we
it turn
just
sad
said we're
again?
getting sad.
What the
We just
fuck,
said we're getting
Caitlin?
sad.
I always
Stop
have to
getting
bring up the
sad.
But
sad shit.
that's what I'm thinking, like, constantly.
I know,
I'm like,
I
I need
know.
to make all these memories. But it's also my last fall. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
my last fall
semester
You
here.
fall semester until senior year. And, like, fall is my favorite season.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, trying to, like, that's why I'm like, let's do this. Let's do that. Like, and that's romanticizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the I'm trying to think of the right word. The pull towards romanticizing your life and wanting to romanticize everything you can. I think a lot of it comes from the fear of everything only being temporary because it really is. And that is so scary for humans. Like we're not here forever. Nothing in our lives is here forever. And that fear produces the most beauty, I would say. That's why we strive to create art. That's why we do things. That's why so many of us take risks and live this life and fall in love and do these things because they're not going to be here forever. And then when you come from that mindset to romanticize your life, it really is like, you know what? I'm not going to be in college forever. I'm going to do everything that I want to do to make it the best experience for me. And so what have we been doing to make it the best experience for us?
Ugh, I feel that so wholeheartedly with, like, the nothing is forever. We are so temporary. Life is so temporary. Like, but I think it's such a beautiful thing because I'm like, oh, I get to do all these fun things. I get to go drive through Missouri and have this, like, 3-hour-long car ride. Like, and I'm just like, okay, I just turn my music on and, like, it was so beautiful. Like, that was one of my favorite drives ever. Like, I didn't go through the city. Like, I took the country roads, like, driving there.
That's gorgeous.
So just, like, for me, I really feel it as, like, slowing down. Of, like, what's the saying? It's, like, stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
Like, I want to stop and smell the roses. I want to sit and, like, look at the fucking, like, trees and, like, oh, this is so fun. Like, just take everything, like, slow.
Say your life hack for walking.
My life hack for walking. So, I've been, like, whenever I walk to class, I realize that I always, like, look down. Like, I don't look, like I look, like, forward and down, like, at the sidewalk. And I'm like, that's so boring. Like, I'm on this beautiful campus and I don't even look at it when I walk around. Like, so I've been turning upwards and I just, like, look up now. Like, I probably look so silly, but, like, I need to, like, look around. And I was, like, doing it around the Union. And I was like, how did I never notice that, like, the clock on the top of the Union is blue? Like, I never noticed, like, oh my God, these trees are turning yellow. Like, I didn't notice that yesterday. And just, like, the little things like that are being like, oh my God, a bumblebee. Like, just, like, the little things have been making me so happy.
Yeah, totally. I feel like one way I try to romanticize things is, like, I really love to make lists of, like, things that I want to do. Like, I did it for, like, it's a bucket list. It's not, like, reinventing the wheel or anything. But I did it over the summer of things that I wanted to do with my friends from home. Because, like, who knows if that was our last summer.
You made a small town summer bucket list?
I did make a small town summer bucket list. And because who knows, like, we said earlier, like, I'm from, like, a super small area. Like, all of us, we want to get out. And so who knows if that's, like, the last time we were going to spend together. So I really made those bucket lists. I made a bucket list for, like, the month of October, too, that, like, we've been actively trying to check off. Like, as I said in our, like, thing. As I said in my Puke and Rally, like, everything fun that we've been doing. And that's just, like, a way. Because I'm, like, someone who I will, like, not do anything, maybe, if I don't, like, force myself to. So it's just, like, a way to, like, make plans happen.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's so fun to just, like, because that's what I was talking to my mom about in the car. I was like, oh, sometimes I feel like I don't really do anything. So, do something.
Yeah, literally just, like, do something.
Make a list. Text the group chat. Like, make it happen.
Be annoying until, like, literally it comes through.
Yeah,
like,
because people will have fun. It's something fun, obviously.
Be annoying until plans happen. That is good.
No, it's true. Yeah. And, like, I honestly think, like, if you actually want something to happen, you are the number one supporter, and, like, people will do it if you keep bothering them. But, like, I know, like, for me, like the haunted house, like, yeah, I wanted to do it, but, like, I wasn't going to do it unless, like, you guys took control, which you did take control and did it. And then, like, carving pumpkins, like, people weren't going to do it unless I took control.
Yeah,
and, like,
we're doing it at this time on this day.
Yeah, so then, like, you have to just, like, take control, I feel like, is one way to romanticize.
Yeah. And for that, like, making everything an event is something that I've been toying with in my mind. The idea is that why is going out not, like, an event? Like, I'm treating everything like a fucking event. Like, we're going to Lion. All right, I'm dressing up. I'm putting on a fit. I'm doing my makeup. I am having I'm making it a night out. It's not like, oh, I'm going out tonight, like, whatever. Like, no, I am going out.
It is not casual anymore.
It's not casual.
We are having a good time, and we are looking good.
Yes, and another thing is, like, with the pregame, it's like, okay, let's schedule a pregame, let's make it a thing. Like, with the pumpkin carving, it's like, okay, I'm gonna wear my fall outfit, and I'm gonna bring my camera, and we can take pictures, and it's so cute, and I'm gonna make a TikTok about it, because it's an event.
Yeah.
It's an event. Everything, once you start viewing it as an event, even, like, my morning, when I go to the gym in the mornings, I'm like, all right, like, I set out my outfit the day before, I'm like, okay, I'm heading back, like, what shirt shows off my back, like, this is an exciting day, like, it's an event, I'm gonna fill up my water bottle and go listen to an audiobook, like, it's an event. Everything is an event.
Yeah, it's like I always think about you, like, life is too short, like, wear the damn shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like wear the dress.
Yeah.
Like, because people, like, you have these clothes and it's like, oh, I don't have anywhere to wear it. Why can't you wear it to class?
No, yeah,
like, you
seriously.
can.
Why can't you go wear it to Target? Like,
seriously.
Wear it. Feel good. Like, do it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
But then, like, the other thing with that is I also feel like you can romanticize, like, without, like, being an event. Like, I know you're not saying you can't, but, like, you definitely, like, can.
I almost make up, like, with me saying event, it's almost more of, like, a mental thing.
Yes,
where it's like,
definitely a mental
block
thing,
it off in your mind to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing for this time.
Yes.
And I'm doing it
It's like
to the
being
fullest.
intentional with it.
Yes.
Totally.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
And I also definitely think, like, romanticizing definitely is, like, a mindset. Like, like you said, like, and realistically, like, you're not always gonna be romanticizing.
Right.
Like, for me, like, I have to, like, think about it. Like,
be intentional with it.
One of, like, my greatest life hacks is romanticizing doing my homework. Going to the library and being like, I'm at the library, like,
doing my homework.
Like, maybe listen to some, like, ambiance music sometimes, like, the jazz. Like, I'm like, okay.
I love it. One time I put on, like, folk music. I put on, like, classical music. I was like, journaling.
That's cute. But yeah, there's so many ways that you can romanticize your life, and I feel like what the biggest takeaway from this episode is just being intentional with the activities that you're doing, being present when you do them, and really giving yourself the space to feel everything that you're feeling in the moments and in the spaces that you're in, because it's not going to last forever. And I would say that if there's one thing that you take away from this is there's beauty in the temporary, and that is where we find beauty. I feel like that's just a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing is permanent, so we're gonna make it fun.
Yeah.
And instead of being at Mizzou with no one that you know, you're at Mizzou with no one that you know.
Woohoo!
And it's the same thing. Nothing is temporary, but nothing is temporary.
Exactly.
Or everything is temporary.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing is temporary.
It's all forever.
You're gonna be like
And
this
remember,
forever.
it's a mindset.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
totally a mindset.
Romanticizing,
And like
for sure.
you don't have to have the same mindset all the time. Like
Yeah.
Exactly.
everything's
Do
a
when you
curve.
need it.
Love it.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
Well, follow us on Instagram at Puke Rally Podcast. New episodes every Sunday at 10 a.m. So we will see you next Sunday. We're going to talk about Halloween. I hope you guys have a fun and safe Halloween weekend before we talk to you on Sunday. I love you guys.
Yes.
Bye,
Have a
love
good
you.
week.
Romanticize it.
Romanticize.
Bye. Bye.